Nice. Um, yeah. Um, oh, this is higher damage threshold. I didn't know it even had a damage threshold. I don't know what I just grabbed. Oh, I grabbed a weapon. I grabbed this. Well, back out into this fuck pit where everything sucks. Let's go.
Ready, steady, fighting. Like me? Was that all? Uh-oh. Bad guys dealt with. Sneaking done. Fighting now. Cessation of hostilities complete.
Bring some Night Stalker come. Sorry,
Uh-oh.
I'm just looking at my phone. Eh, nothing important. Oh, come on. Wait, don't I have the weathered? I do.
Was that all?
A surgical tube. No, that's not for anything. That's for doctor bags. Which I don't really need right now. Right, perimeter warning. I just have to get up through inside, which makes sense. I think I already dealt with most of the things in here, right? Yeah, I was here.
Time to fight.
Even more damage against robots. I need that.
Do you like me? That's all.
Wait, what? What?
Time to fight.
Oh, hit my robo scorpion, will you? I see you. Now I end you. Oh, hit my robo scorpion, will you?
This will keep you on your feet. Have a stim pack.
Have a stim pack.
Stop that! You'll damage the hull! Oh, hit my robo scorpion, will you? Robo
Have a stim pack.
scorpion, attack!
I need to inhale more food.
Does that feel better?
Dude, that hurts so much. I'm just gonna eat all of these. I don't care.
Destroy this one, I'll make more!
Please take this. I don't want you to die.
Here to my robo scorpion, will you? Yes, I will. Some things never change. Nice.
Bad guys dealt with.
Alright, time to listen to 30 minutes of dialogue.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated. Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you.
Okay.
What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful. Yes, yes. Yes, No, I mean yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know? I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me... a bit. I'll figure it out.
There's a lot of checks here.
Yes, that's what I believe I said. I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves. I'm thinking. This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course. I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
I had a quest to talk to the other people, so I'm gonna do that instead. Man's 29? Yeah.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in Think Tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here,
150?
impossible.
Maybe.
Oh? Oh, yes. I'm not going to bother correcting you. At least you got the doctor part correct. I can be grateful for that, at least. Stop the presses! Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco tech on your arm? It is! What's your agenda bringing that in here? Oh, really? You have their tech on your arm. How dare you bring Robco Tech in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are?
Ooh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years.
You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco. Worry about House? Why would I do this? Hope he died alone in a dingy room, streaming his last remaining bodily fluids into jars.
Hello.
And him and his dirty girl bots. Don't even get me started on those filthy biological catcher's mitts. Fine. Ask.
I'd
have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
Thank you. Free money. Perception is above 6? Might be? I don't know. Yes. I've got 8. Because, funny suit gives me 2, I think. Ask for his name? Oh.
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always O. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept the mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple. Great. Psychology. Clearly the worst of the sciences, right after colostodiuretics.
Colostodiuretics.
Okay, so my name isn't O. Never was. It was circular, a single character, digit, but not O. But even with enhanced sensors, no one here could get it right. Always kept seeing the letter, not the number.
Oh, I don't have enough int.
I might as well take Dala up on that self-vivisection competition. Forget this. It's like talking to Klein's rear shell.
Perception check is probably something else. I don't like 8. He scares me. Who are you? Fresh level 1 big mountain? I would never do that. I'm level 29, I'm still struggling. I'll be going now. He scares me. Is this Dala? Oh, that's Boris.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal? Just as I feared. Questions, quizzes, just as there were in American high school. And if there are no answers, how will the think tank graduate? So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering.
Alright. Yeah, I'll get to everybody.
Before you is the... I lay... Indeed.
I don't want to listen to them anymore.
In 2000, let's see, carry the 3, then count backwards from the Great Static, or beyond, there were the Tarantula debates, and something about Hawks, which made it around 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. Why are we even debating this?
Because casseroles are awful.
What you ask is of no importance. Mobius, besiege us.
I would expend their dialogue, but it's like, no. I don't want to talk to Dala.
to hear you breathe.
That's why I don't want to talk to Dala.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me.
Yeah, I know. I killed a few.
Flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me?
Stop getting so close.
Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination. How randomized? Ask your questions then.
Oh, this is the perception check.
What? Nonsense. What? What are you doing? Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography?
Hey, Joe.
Enough. I am already... I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It... I cannot deny it. The illogic of it. The betrayal of our...
Just...
Really? What is... Yes, I'll... And you'll keep coming back to collect your payment, correct? Here, please. Take the... Oh, and here's a tip. That's customary.
Free shit.
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull.
The no jerking sounds dialogue?
Done. The brain is
Well, how was
finally
I supposed
free
to
of its
know?
envelope, which is then kept on. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. I am relieved. That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine
I just wanted to spam
and
the same
heart.
dialogue because it'd be funny.
If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
Fuck no. I don't want to talk to you, Dala. Go away. Oh, cool. More side quests.
Ready, steady, fighting.
Yeah, this...
This will keep you on your feet.
Fucking hate these things.
This will keep you on your feet.
Well, if anything, I have been spared of terrible things. I already don't like Dala. I feel violated every time I
Do you
talk to
like
them.
me? That's all.
Am I even going? Delicious radiation. So yeah, Nick, if you didn't get the title, my dad tested positive for COVID, so I'm stuck in quarantine. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It's great.
Ready,
Oh,
steady, fighting.
how did I miss this earlier? Maybe energy weapons are not the best. Fuck you. 12 gauge it is. Just to be using that aggro range a little bit.
Have
Ow.
a stim pad.
That fucking hurt. Jesus. Alright.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Chicken like. Hmm. Good game. Something was dead. Oh. Cool. $50 mentats. Already took it. I searched every house. I already saw all of them too in today's position. Maybe you should pay attention to my stream, huh?
This one looks pretty tough.
What?
Was that all?
Slight chance of seed dispersal from botanical gardens predicted in the late evening.
Seed dispersal. I don't know how long I'll stream for. I'm not in the best of moods. My fucking back hurts. I was like, man, fuck it. I want to play some Fallout. Might as well. I have an excuse to not leave the house. Alright. Cosmo Disc? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Get the Cosmo Disc. Like I know what that means.
The lobotomite returns! What insidious What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse.
What?
Chock full of chems. Before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while you know, I'm having the most perplexing feeling squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down. Why, yes, Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty's sissy pants, he'd just sit there, head on my knee, and... If you don't mind, I'll take that ball. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force. As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before, until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something. Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes. Forgotten. Almost. Yes? I do not need to remember anymore. Not today.
Okay. I need to head up to the sink, sell shit, store shit. Acquire funds.
Might I be of service, sir?
Yes. You have money, and that money is going to be mine. Thank you. There you are. Free body repair and red removal. Don't want any of these. Similar weapons? They all use a different... Okay. These... Okay, I can understand why that's giving you anxiety. But I keep extra stuff around for repairs because I have jury rigor. Like... What does Laser RCW use? EC packs. I don't have anything else that uses EC packs. I guess I'll ditch a thing or two in here. The hunting revolver. And the hunting rifle, because I have jack shit ammo for them. I'm just built different. Cry about it. If I can carry more than 2 weapons, like every other game, I'm gonna carry all the weapons. Also, yeah, I have a better 308 rifle, so... Right. Probably ditch a couple crafting items I picked up. Other faces more chip now. Because stuff happened. Yeah, it's wasn't the old name Komodo hype or some shit? I don't fucking know. Yeah, lizards are a pog. Hey, if you never looked at a funny little lizard guy and be like, that old? Have you never looked at a funny little lizard guy and be like, damn, that's... Oh. Oh, I needed the int check for that, so I can't even do that. So the funny forbidden zone, then.
Oh, Klein, did I mention that my zone is
That is fuckers to the jam and all that. Exactly.
Ready, steady,
so forbidden.
What is my man's doing over there? He fucking fell. It is kind of awkward, but I don't know. I like it from an aesthetic standpoint. From a practical standpoint, not so much. That's a proton axe. That's money right there. I'm just gonna shotgun these losers.
Dealt with.
Yoink. God, that Fallout 4 looting HUD is so good. I don't think I looted these. Oh, okay, yeah, just spawn right in front of me. Like those fucking sentry bots from earlier. Just 4 spawning right in front of me. Several times, might I add. But at least they have dog shit health and resistance, so... not like they gave me any issue.
Fighting over.
Three caps. 3 more. It all adds up, you know? Find a penny every day, and after 100 days, you have $1.
Ready, steady, fighty.
Kill people, take their possessions, you have a bit more. Find the right place to sell it. He's not even gonna re-equip it, he's just gonna pick it up.
I bet no one has ever been as unnoticed as me. Fighting over.
So where's the proton axes it just picked up? Excuse me? There we go. Eh.
Uh-oh.
Do I have to get up there? Yeah... Actually? No, I have to go down. Oh, yeah, that's really cool. The layer does better. Actually, this do massive.
Please
Yeah.
take this. I don't want you to die.
Okay.
You're no match for science.
Does that feel better?
I hate these Robo Scorpions, they're AIDS. I would use the Sonic doodad,
Does
but
that
it's
feel
like
better?
actually landing a crit with it, despite having like 8 or 9 luck. Bad. Also, holy frames. I don't know why.
This will keep you on your feet.
I don't have any grenades, do I? I never keep grenades, yeah. Yeah, sadly I don't keep any grenades on me.
Have a stim pack.
Yeah, this thing's like got good damage, but it has like no durability.
Stop that! You'll damage the hull!
Yeah, it was on the roof of some place.
This will keep you on your feet. Injecting stim pack.
I don't get why they do so much damage. Also, the Puckett Sonic Emitter has abysmal range. I mean, this one is not much better considering the shit-ass accuracy it has.
Injecting stim pack. Injecting stim pack.
This is gonna be a nightmare. Hold up. Oh, these scorpions are quite big, right? Yeah. I'm gonna find even bigger ones, right? Yeah. I figure as much.
Fighting over.
I
Time
see.
to fight.
Whoa, okay, yeah, just surge me with rads like that. Okay. It did say take rad X, so...
Looking for a weak spot? There are no weak spots!
I need to repair this. Do I have anything that can repair it? No, not using those. Okay, just...
Go back to patrol, you piece of junk!
Weapon repair kit? True! True, I forgot I have a bunch of those.
Defend piece of junk! Go back to patrol, you piece of junk! Looking for a weak spot? Oh, weak.
She's the boss. I don't care.
You'll never disable me from the monitors around the room!
One regular boss fight. Yeah.
Do you like me? Cessation of hostilities complete.
Oh, I can't even loot it? Oh. Could have disable over console. I figured as much because it said disable or destroy. I chose destroy. That would have been useful like 10 minutes ago. Right, now that I have no 308 ammo. Right, nope, there we go. Is that just more pieces of that thing? Yeah. Wanna go shoot some Nazis? Confirmed bachelor. I don't have confirmed bachelor. But I am going to level up soon, so maybe I'll do it. Have fun shooting Nazis, my guy. As BJ Blazkowicz's unloved daughters. I'm so full of cigarettes. Yum.
Neutrons attached to the meson. Meson's connected to the proton. I'm running out of floor space for my calculations. I'm running out of floor space for my calculations. I do so love integers.
How close am I to leveling up? I'm like 1,000 XP off. Fuck.
You're my best friend forever.
Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing, you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely. Oh, well, that's good. Were we supposed to fight? I certainly don't feel violent, but, well, these contraptions make it hard to tell. Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I. Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. Anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition. I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do.
Raisins.
Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh, well. Now, that seems to be rather hormonal of you. Flight or fight response, you know. Hard to cut that out completely. Your brain is here, safe with me. We chat over mentats. Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes. Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers. The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break. Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts. Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose. Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do. Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming. Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then... The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan 9s in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. They're probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here, or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan 9s in case the 7s fail. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional. Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria finally able to see its host. There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts. Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the autodoc in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem, and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial selves into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation... Oh no, I doubt your brain would be so unreasonable. It already knows the trick of it, you see. Doesn't need to be in a host body at all. If you become friends or exist in an uneasy truce with weapons aimed at each other, it would unlock the fence for you. Well, once the think tank was dealt with, of course, your brain is a responsible sort. Doesn't want mad scientists running around everywhere. Indeed, the goodbye part.
I could get confirmed bachelor, but for the funny dialogue, but could get Pack Rat. Where's the reload thing? Because I want to reload really fast. Well, go talk to my fucking brain, I guess. The boss.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again? Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Yeah, kind of.
yes. Well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you?
A little bit.
Oh yes, I rather expect you have. You must have been swamped, you poor dear. Why don't you relax and put your feet up? I've just been traumatically scooped out of my body and plugged into this jar. That's all. But you've been busy. Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Hmm? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment? I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are. Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand. Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it. I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you. Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones. I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it? Indeed, quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it? I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us. Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share. And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead. Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan? Right. Look out, Think Tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the Think Tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Your brain added. I want to keep the upgraded parts because yes. Broken ankles. Doesn't mean shit. Just gonna fast travel back.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped? I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again. And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
What?
Yes, you can. You don't really have an alternative that I can see.
Dr. Klein, I must intercept. Please, do not harm the lobotomite.
I'm not going to harm it. I'm going to dissect it until it's dead. Why the sudden intersection, Dala?
It's personal. But I would hate if its dying screams revealed any odious personal habits I, or any of us, might have.
Dala, these vocalized pauses are unlike you. What do you care?
Klein, are you sure we've calculated all the combat probabilities here? I mean, the lobotomite confronted Mobius. Plus, you know, we haven't had a COMBAT drill in forever. I don't think we could form a tactical attack triangle if we wanted to.
Releasing the WOMBAT was not my plan, oh, so get off my voice box.
Silencing opinionators.
If I may, I feel as if I must be the voice of reason here. This lobotomite is much like us. Regarding even animals and pets as nothing more than avenues to promote science. There is good here. Instead of ending its life on the table, we should prolong its suffering in the name of science. Like good old Gabe, the finest of lab specimens. Why am I even listening to you fools? The determinators are greater than the hesitators, so hesitators, be quiet. We are bigger, smarter, and floatier than you, lobotomites. We don't wish to fight you, so surrender your brain, now. A fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Ah! Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack!
Firing.
Hey, this is one way of doing it.
Making me mad. Oh,
Please take this. I don't want you to die.
Am I on MedX? Do I even have MedX? Yeah, I've got MedX.
This weapon has soft lock. Anyone?
Have a stim
I believe I'm dead.
pack. Bad guys dealt with.
Well, that's one way of doing it.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The Courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better Scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him over much. Once the rush of Mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours.
I don't want to hear that thing ever again.
The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough, and dumped the toaster in a bathtub.
Nice.
Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eyed old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ, and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries, to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was Old World blues, and New World hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The Sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
That the lonesome road. Yeah. Damage threshold has improved by 10%. 10% more resistant to addiction now. That's okay.
Might I be safe in the assumption that matters with the think tank have been satisfactorily concluded vis-à-vis your residence in this domicile?
Alright. Well, that concluded pretty much. I think I'm gonna end it here. I wanna go lay down and rest my back. So thanks to anyone who was looking at it. I'll probably stream some more in the coming days, since now I have, nothing to do really. I'll see you around.